Yo, what is going on, everybody? Get Buckets here, and for today's video we're gonna be talking about arguably the biggest winner of this offseason. In my opinion, the biggest winner of this offseason. We're gonna be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and their offseason and their new roster. So already know the Los Angeles Lakers, they got Montrezl Harrell. They recently got Montrezl Harrell and Marc Gasol. They also got Dennis Schroeder, Wesley Matthews. They literally replaced Danny Green, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard with Marc Gasol, Montrezl Harrell, and Wesley Matthews, and they replaced Avery Bradley with Dennis Schroeder. So in my opinion, the Los Angeles Lakers got better. The Los Angeles Lakers are better than they were in the bubble, which means the Lakers have a higher chance of winning the championship or going back to back this season than last season. So the Lakers right now, they're arguably the best team in the NBA. In my opinion, the best team in the NBA. Their bench got better. Like, you can say the Lakers are the deepest team in the NBA. Like, their bench got better. Like, they just stole Montrezl Harrell away from the Clippers. Like, Clippers, they don't like the Lakers. Clipper fan, they don't like the Lakers fan that much. And the Lakers, they just stole Montrezl Harrell from the Clippers, which is funny. So here's the Lakers' new updated roster as of right now. They obviously have LeBron James. They still have Anthony Davis. I mean, Anthony Davis, he hasn't re-signed, but we all know he's gonna re-sign back with the Lakers. Anthony Davis still a free agent, so there's still a chance that he goes to another team. But we already know he's signing back with the Lakers. If he doesn't, like, he's signing back with the Lakers. And then they got Montrezl Harrell. They basically stole him away from the Clippers. And then they got Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Kuzma. Like, Kyle Kuzma, I'm surprised Kuzma's still on the Lakers. Like, the Lakers, I'm surprised he's still on the Lakers. And then Marc Gasol. Kyle Kuzma's like that one kid that got bad grades and he still graduated high school. Like, that's what's Kyle Kuzma right now on the Lakers. Like, I'm surprised he's still on the Lakers, to be honest. And then Marc Gasol, Markieff Morris, who they recently got. And then they got Jordan Bell, KCP, Wesley Matthews, Alex Caruso. They still have the GOAT, Alex Caruso. And then they got Alfonso McKinney. And then the young player, Taylor Horton-Tucker. I'm pretty sure the Lakers are going to give him more minutes next season, next month. The season starts next month, which is crazy. There's not going to be no summer league. Like, yeah, it starts next month. So the Lakers, I think they're going to give a lot of minutes to Taylor Horton-Tucker, because he's a pretty good player. And then here's how the Lakers star lineup will most likely look like. They're going to start KCP, Wesley Matthews, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Marc Gasol. And then they're going to probably have Dennis Schroeder and Montrezl Harrell come off the bench. Definitely Montrezl Harrell. He's going to be the sixth man. Dennis Schroeder, they might start. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Dennis Schroeder. They might start him. But for now, since they both came off the bench last season, they're going to have Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Kuzma, the GOAT, Alex Caruso. They're going to have Markieff Morris, Jordan Bell, Alfonso McKinney, and Taylor Horton-Tucker. This team is so deep. Like, this team's bench is better than last season. Than last season's bench. The Lakers bench is better than last season's bench. You can't even argue that. Like, they have three. If this how their bench looks like, they're gonna have 3 20 points per game scorer. Like, Kyle Kuzma, if you put him on a team where he's the #1 option, he can average 20 points per game. Like last season with LeBron James, without Anthony Davis, he averaged 19. So they technically have 20 points per game scorer off the bench, which is crazy. And then they still have the GOAT and Alex Caruso. They brought Markieff Morris back. They got Markieff Morris on a minimum. The Clippers got Marcus Morris, his brother. They paid him a lot of money. I think it was $64 million 4 years. But the Lakers, they got Markieff Morris on a 1-year deal minimum, which in my opinion, that's a steal. That is definitely a steal. Compared to the Clippers getting his brother for 4 years, $64 million. Yeah, that is definitely a steal. And then they have Alfonso McKinney, Jordan Bell, and then Taylor Horton-Tucker. Who knows what Taylor Horton-Tucker is going to do next season? Let's see. He's a good. He has a long wingspan. Like I think he has a 7'1" wingspan. He has a pretty long wingspan, which is definitely gonna help him on defense, in the perimeter defense. And then his shooting is pretty good as well. That's all I know about Taylor Horton Tucker. But yeah, this team is definitely better than last season. They went on from having KCP, Danny Green, LeBron James, AD, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, to having Marc Gasol and then Wesley Matthews. I'm not sure who's better between Matthews or Danny Green. Based on this playoffs, you can say Wesley Matthews is better. But Wesley Matthews and Danny Green, two similar players. The only difference between those two is that Wesley Matthews is $13 million cheaper. Wesley Matthews is way cheaper than Danny Green. So that is the only difference between those two. So yeah, the Lakers improved. Rob Pelinka's a genius. LeBron James, Rob Pelinka, the two GMs, the GM. We already know LeBron. We already know the Lakers got Anthony Davis because LeBron James. LeBron James, he probably talked to Anthony Davis way before the summer. Like LeBron James and Rob Pelinka, the two best GMs in the NBA. Yeah, the Lakers are better than last season. I got them going back to back. I had them going back to back ever since they got AD. Ever since they got AD, I had the Lakers going back to back. So yeah, I haven't changed my opinion on that. The Lakers looking better than last season. They improved. The Clippers, you can say the Clippers got worse, but the Clippers, they got Serge Ibaka, and then the Warriors lost Klay Thompson, which sucks. Like, why Klay Thompson? This season was gonna be much fun for the Warriors, for the Western Conference, if Klay Thompson never got injured. I wish Klay Thompson never got injured. I would have loved to see LeBron James versus Stephen Curry, a rematch of it. But unfortunately, Klay got injured, which sucks. I hate injuries. Everybody hates injuries. And in the Eastern Conference, Jrue Holiday with Giannis. We're going to see what Giannis is going to do. He's either going to become a free agent next year. He's going to get his bag. That Supermax contract. So yeah, if you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, please like this video if you think that the Lakers are that they have a much better team than last season. The only problem I would say about this team, that about last season and this season, is that they don't have like that rim protector. JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, they're both good rim protector, but now they replace those with Marc Gasol and Montrezl Harrell, which they're not as good as Dwight Howard at rim protecting. So that is the only cons of this thing. But still, that's not really a big deal. They still got Anthony Davis, who might win the Defensive Player of the Year this year. So yeah, just like I said, if you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, please like this video if you think that the Lakers improved, that they are a much better team than last season. And yeah, also subscribe for new, and I'm out.